for us, it was an ease of use and a better way to get rid of a, for lack of a better term, a nuisance fee, to make it easier for the consumer. So that $1.30, what we're saying is gonna take you from here to Brooks and as far as you need to go on our main system all across San Antonio where it provides service. So a really good deal, $1.30 on a one-way trip, $1.30, but a $2.75 for an all-day pass, ride the system as often as you want, and that'll also get you back here to San Diego.
And the reason we're saying the system, or this service would take you to the Brooks Transit Center is a couple of reasons. One, Brooks is the newest center in our transit center lineup. It did recently open, but it's served by a number of routes. And so as you can see on the map, when you get to Brooks, you can truly access any point in San Antonio. It has access to the Primo route on Southwest Military, Route 552, the looper that goes along 410. You are able to transfer from Brooks and their system to any other part of the community. So this really is opening up all of the San Antonio area by VIA. We also have copies of all of the pocket schedules for the routes currently served by the Brooks Transit Center. Available, I think we put them already in the bags. If not, there are some in the back table. So again, you can see the hours and the times that all of those services run. And with that, we really want to hear from y'all. We're here tonight to say this is the solution we want to bring forward. We've had the support of our Board of Trustees to advance this discussion and to see what the options are. Again, this is the framework that we want to bring forward. Looking for the spring of 2020 to get this in place and have this operational for everyone. And we're glad to answer any questions you may have. If it's a service-specific question, I may defer it to either Cami or Madi, as they are our service planning experts. Yes, sir.
That's not the only way.
You don't mind if I stay seated?
Absolutely not. Not a problem.
I'm gonna get all the booze out of the way, folks. I know there's a lot of folks that wanted the 50-cent thing to stay in effect. Since before the city was formed, we went to VIA. We gotta know. When the city was first started, the city clerk and myself as mayor went to VIA, talked to Charlie Gonzalez and his boss. We gotta know. The latest ballot, where there's an item on there to take away that 50 cents and bring it back home, was on there. And of course, some of the people recognized that, oh, we got a new proposal from VIA. I'm sorry. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And as a member of the board of directors there, it's great to have somebody even higher than Charlie. Charlie was a nice guy, but he didn't do anything for us. You have to prove to me and these people here, I see these ladies and their children with baby buggies walking the length of Waterwood Pass. That's 2 miles long to get down to the gate, hoping to catch a ride with somebody who's sympathetic. Even the handicap buses or things you used to send out here, stop those on us. I'm sorry, guys, I've got a lot of background in this. And it's up to you to prove it to me that you're gonna really do what you propose to do. Because I've got a lot of investment and I'm just an old man now, okay? I'm just an old man. But I want you guys to prove to these folks that you're sincere in what you do. Because just a few weeks back, you were gonna say, take it away and it's gonna cost you $1.5 million for taking back what is rightfully ours. We've never had service out here, so we have no business paying you a nickel until you can prove to these folks, these are all hardworking folks, day-to-day people. And they deserve what you're promising. So prove me wrong. Please, prove me wrong. That's why I'm here tonight. As a matter of fact,
Jim,
I got COPD.
you okay?
So thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. Jim, you okay?
Okay.
So, I'll say, you're absolutely right. I mean, the responsibility is on us to prove it. And I hope we're taking an important first step tonight. To put things in perspective, as you indicated, with our vice chairman of the board of trustees here tonight, hearing it personally, but also knowing that they have already authorized and directed us to figure a right type of solution for the community. We have two members of the senior executive staff here, myself, with Tammy and Tammy Horn. We are both part of the senior management team that will be implementing the direction and the policy from our board of trustees. But even then, I understand what you're saying, and I will concur. Until we deliver, you're gonna remain skeptical, and we can understand that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I put that here, it'll be 4 years this January. Right now, for me to get into town, either I have to be up about 4 o'clock in the morning to ride into town. If I remain, then I can boogie all over town, not a problem. Otherwise, I call Comfort Care to get me to my doctor's appointment. My question really is, I mean, is it gonna be like one spot that, somebody would pick you up at? Because if it's gonna be like at over there by the Bolero on, whatever the road is, it eludes me at the moment. I got a 2-mile walk. I'm 71. Don't really wanna do that.
Well, I've got good news for you then. Think of what we're proposing more like an Uber and Lyft type service.
Okay,
So you may have a few hundred feet to walk,
I can deal with that.
but yeah, what we're proposing in this system is once you make the reservation, if we can't get right to your door, it'll get as close as we can,
Okay,
and we'll pick you up there and take you directly to the Brooks Transit Center.
okay.
So about a 2-block walk at most is what we're seeing in the current area where we've got this type of service running.
Well, that's about it from where my house is, on Hickory Shadow, going around the corner to, Waterwood Pass. I can deal with that.
Yes, sir.
How would you determine eligibility for people that wanna ride it? Who would be able to ride it, who couldn't? There's San Diego.
It would be
Anybody?
it would be open to anyone in Sandy Oaks.
Okay.
Sorry, let me grab over here and then I'll come over there. Yes, sir.
So,
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
a couple questions. So one is there some sort of, you said the spring of 2020, is there some sort of pilot program that this is gonna be for X amount of time to see if we use it, if there's a threshold number of we need X amount of usage to, to say that this is viable to stay out here, or is this a continuous thing?
So what we're looking at, and we've said a pilot program because we want to be able to improve this as we deploy. So we're starting with the shuttles, and please, Tammy, Marty, correct me if I misspeak on this. We're starting with this on-demand service. If that is the service that's working and meeting the need out here, then absolutely we want to continue that. If we're getting a lot of demand and we need to rethink the vehicle that we're using, we want to be able to have that flexibility. But our commitment is we want to bring service to Sandy Oaks, and this is the first step in that process. So we'll look at about an initial year of service and be able to come back and report back to the community. This is what we've seen as far as ridership, as far as usage, and be able to, of course, modify the service as we go. But again, we want to provide service to the community, and that's our intention.
May I ask another question, or do you wanna move to somebody else?
She can, that's okay.
Go ahead.
So then if that's the case, is there gonna be some sort of contract agreement with the city that says this is, we're gonna stay here for a year? Or it's just gonna be a,
No, we're committing that we're gonna start the service, we wanna evaluate it at the year, but, and I can say for the message we've heard from our board of trustees is provide service to Sandy Oaks. That's what we're going to do.
so third question, sorry, so, let's say at 7 AM in the morning, there's 50 people need a ride. You're gonna have one vehicle sort of pick up all the people, or is there gonna be 5 vehicles that come pick up a lot of people, or? That's what kind of boggles my mind is numbers.
There's different demand
Oh.
at different parts of the day. I think I
Go
can
ahead, go
speak to
ahead.
that one. So there's different demands at different parts of the day. So the way that the service is designed, we haven't named anybody to provide the service at this point in time. And so there's gonna be some type of assessment on how many vehicles we need and where the stops would be. We call them virtual stops. So there's not really gonna be a pole in the ground. We'll tell you where, you would need to be in order to be picked up. But that demand during the day is what would determine how many vehicles you have out at that time of day. So that's part of the design. So we'll anticipate what we may need. And so that, and since you're booking 7 days ahead, right, we may know if you book 7 days ahead or up to 60 minutes. Most people probably wouldn't all do the 60 minutes, right? So we may be able to determine well ahead of time how many vehicles we need.
And to be honest, if we've got 50 people at 7 AM all wanting to head to Brooks, that would be a great problem for us to have.
We're gonna send a bus.
And exactly. And that would be the flexibility we're talking about in the service.
It's a shared ride, remember that, it's a shared ride, so if, your neighbor lives next to you, you may be sharing a ride with them, or if they live on the same street, in the path of travel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how long would it take us from here to, that way you're saying, Brooks? More or less, time frame?
I think it's 20 minutes, I think that's what, but depending on how many people you pick up along the way, sometimes, if we need to board a wheelchair, that's gonna take a little bit longer.
Will you just go to this subdivision, or there will be other stops on other subdivisions?
It would be anywhere within the city of Sandy Oaks.
It'll be an express from Sandy Oaks to Brooks, correct?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's a good way to
Are
think
up
of
there?
it, as an express
Yeah, like
service.
the
But you can get picked up anywhere within Sandy Oaks, depending on, after that assessment, where they assign those virtual stops, and they're usually very reasonable from what we've seen with our other mobility on demand area that we're prototyping right now. We have another service area that we've prototyped, which is doing pretty well, so we have something at least to base it on. This is brand new service, it's not, in the whole industry, it's not even just to be a new,
And
it's something.
I know Marty was gonna say, when we
Yeah.
say brand new to the industry, this is really brand new to the nation. So we're bringing a service here that there are a lot of other transit properties across the country that are trying to replicate the success that we've seen in the Northeast and that we know we're gonna see in Sandy Oaks. Like he's got one more than we can use.
Will this affect our homeowners taxes?
No, sir, this is covered by your sales tax, so there is not an increase in your sales tax. Let me grab the clerk.
If this was a citizen that couldn't make it, she emailed me the question, which might have been answered already. Since my special needs adult children have Via Trans passes, will they now be able to get transportation from our home to any service area inside the city when this new thing starts in Sandy Oaks? And now, I don't know what she meant by
Right.
which city, if she meant city of San Antonio, maybe?
So- Since this is really operating as an express service, they'll be able to be picked up at any point in Sandy Oaks and taken to Brooks. At the Brooks Transit Center, they can then have Via Trans waiting for them to take them to any point in the Via service area that Via Trans goes.
So,
Sorry.
Yes, from what I'm hearing, you're saying that this is board approved, and the only thing that is a hindrance between now and April is the operational planning, is that correct?
The operational planning and working, on our procurement process and contract with the provider, yes.
Yeah, I consider that operational planning.
Yeah, just wanted to be super clear.
Okay, when you say contracting with a provider, so you're not gonna utilize drivers that you currently have, or you don't have the vehicles,
So that is part
to
of what.
do that service, so that's all gotta
That's
be.
part of what we're still evaluating. So it may be via operated directly. It may be contracted to a third-party provider. What we've been focused on is what service model works best. And with the layout of the community, the demand that we've kind of anticipated, what we've seen in our mobility on demand area, we're convinced the mobility on demand service is gonna be the best for the community to bring service out. But as far as, is it a VIA operator in that driver's seat, or is it a contract provider? As Cammy mentioned, that's what we're still going
So
through.
it's almost like the van pool system that you use now, it's kinda like
Sort of.
that, where a community will share, you may share a vehicle here.
It would be sharing a vehicle. The biggest difference would be, unlike the van pool where it's the community or a group of people coming together to drive, this will still be dispatched and have the fare assessed by VIA. So it's VIA service, it's just depending upon who's actually operating that specific.
So there could be multiple vehicles being utilized at any given
Absolutely.
time, providing service here. And when you say the service will start at 6:30 a.m., is that on your end, or is that here? Because you got people that may start work at 7:30 in the morning, and they wanna get going at 6:30. They don't wanna have to be picked
Right.
up at 6:30, and then they've gotta wait for other individuals to get picked up, and they may not be able to get to work till 8 o'clock, depending what line they have to catch at Brooks.
Right, and that's, again, part of, this will be a learning process for the
I'm
community.
sure for
and
everybody,
VIA.
yeah.
And so if we start seeing that there are a number of people that need that trip earlier than 6:30, then absolutely we can look at that adjustment. We adjust our traditional bus service 3 times a year, making schedule adjustments, accommodating for detours. So that's absolutely part of our service model.
Is there opportunity for individuals within our city to join the van pool, and if they have multiple folks that work at, let's say, we got 6 people that work at Lackland, could they join that van pool system and utilize that?
Absolutely, and especially if they're, you said Lackland, the federal government even has a special specific program for reimbursement for those costs. Van pool is also something that we offer as a subsidy for each driver that we also, each individual passenger. We pay for the insurance of the van as well, and the maintenance of the van. So it's a, to your point, it's a cost sharing program that is very affordable, and it's a van that as long as it generates out of our service area, it can really end up in different service areas. We have van pools that go all the way down. We have a group of folks that come out of San Antonio all the way down to Falfurrias, which is where the INS station is, Border Patrol station is. They do that 3 times a week with one of our van pools. We have a ton of van pools that go up to Austin as part of going into the IRS building up there. We have a whole bunch of just all over San Antonio with our big federal.
And that's something some people may find out when they start utilizing the service that you're proposing. They may get on the bus at the same time every day and notice, hey, all these people are going to the same place I'm going, and maybe we can do this, and it would be easier for us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good point.
I'm sorry.
Well, I have 3 questions. The first one is, right now, the proposed service is Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 6:30. Depending on any feedback that you get, or is there a possibility that that could be expanded to 7 days or different hours?
Absolutely.
Okay. And can you talk about, I know Via Trans was brought up, So I think what I heard you say is we won't have Via Trans coming here, but the vans that you guys are using, and I've seen quite a few, I seem to notice some more and more now that I'm out and about, a lot of them are accessible, so there's no need for Via Trans to come out here, but the Via Trans will be at Brooks and they can pick it up from there. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And all of the vehicles that we'll be using for this service will be ADA accessible. They'll be able to handle the wheelchair or mobility devices. It will require a reservation on the Via Trans side to have that vehicle at Brooks, or that timing for the vehicle at Brooks. And again, as we get closer to implementation, we're glad to bring customer service agents out, Via Trans specialists out, and walk through that with the community.
Okay, wait, I had one more question. One of the, and I know in talking with yourself and the board, talking about why it's important, why I feel it's important to bring Via out here, it's not just Sandy Oaks, but I'm thankful that we're here to be able to do this. But we have a little bit wider area of people who could benefit from the service. Is it possible to have centralized stops that people could say, hey, you know, I want to make a reservation and pick me up in front of Dollar General or the shops at Sandy Oaks or Valera or whatever? Would it be possible for that to exist regardless of where they come from?
It is, let me, feel free to jump in on this one, buddy, but I was gonna say, in our, in the northeast area where we've got this pilot ongoing, we are seeing there are kind of consistent locations that people are being picked up outside of the residential area.
Okay.
So when you make the reservation, you'll be able to tell either the system or the operator, this is where I am, and so they can send the vehicle there.
Okay.
It's not gonna be restricted to, it must be a physical residential address.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
I was just gonna say that those, it happens naturally, you know.
Right.
You start seeing where the activity happens. So those end up happening
Okay.
naturally.
My apologies, I just got here, and I don't know if the question's been asked. With this service for seniors, is it better to get like what they do for Via Trans in San Antonio, to get a yearly ticket or pass or whatever?
Senior pass, absolutely. Absolutely take advantage of that, because we offer discounts for senior, and have senior fare during the week, and it's free on the weekends. So I would recommend, you can go into Brooks. So Brooks, our Brooks Transit Center, you will get registered and get your photo ID as a senior, and take advantage of our discounts that we offer to seniors. So
Okay, is that also good for
the service?
retired military and stuff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyone that's age, is it 62 and above?
62.
62 and above is able to qualify. And with the senior ID, your fare, instead of being $1.30 for a one-way trip, from 9 to 3 Monday through Friday, it's 25 cents. And that applies anywhere in the Via service area.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna go back to what the mayor was asking about, if anyone could ride or utilize the service even though they don't live the area. So the service is gonna be app-driven, so you'll go into the app and utilize the app to schedule your pickup or whatever. So there won't be anything in the app where you have to identify yourself as a Sandy Oaks resident. You
No, sir.
basically just gonna put your name and that you wanna pick up.
Yes, sir, that's what we're doing on the northeast side right now. And the requirement we do have for using the VIA system holistically is to ride unaccompanied, you need to be 12 years old and above. If you're under 12, we of course want somebody with you. So grandkids, kids, we really want them to be accompanied for their safety as well as for other passengers. But when you're looking at the app, even the online, or even calling into the call center to make the reservation, we need a name, so the driver will know who they're picking up. But if you want to say, you know, my name is John Doe, that's your absolute right. We recognize there are concerns that people have, rightly so, of all the privacy breaches we've seen across the country in the last few years. We want to make this as unobtrusive as possible, so it's a convenient service.
So, and are you paying on the app, are you paying for this, or are you paying the rider? You paying the bus when you get on?
It can be either or.
Okay.
Either or.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm very appreciative that you guys are coming out here because right now, the nearest Via stop is off of 181. That's about 25 miles. I ain't walking that. And I don't have a motor scooter. I'm not gonna do that one either. So I'm really appreciative of you guys. And I've also taken advantage at the Brooks Transit System. I got, my photo ID. I got money on it, so I can just touch the little screen and book your beer where I wanna go.
There you go.
So, fantastic.
We love hearing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate you using our Go card. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so, I'm not too sure if I understand correctly. So those who have Via Trans, they will not come to the front of your door to pick you up? It would have to be, let's say they're not able to go to a corner?
Right, so with,
Will those people be picked up in front of their door?
yes, with the,
To bring them
Madam Clerk,
all the way out.
if I may speak on this.
I think so. I'll ask that
Um,
question.
Yeah, what's on our current contract for the Northeast provider is if you're using a mobility device, wheelchair, walker, anything like that, it's a door pickup.
Okay.
When you make your reservation, you're able to tell the operator, tell the system that you need to take a wheelchair with you or a mobility device, so that lets the driver know this is someone I need to go to the door to pick up.
Okay, so this is more of a personal question. I have a daughter with disabilities, she's not on a wheelchair, however, she has 2 children with disabilities. And, I don't know if you have some type of Via Trans program for them because they're also disabled. So it's very difficult because she doesn't really have anyone but her husband and myself that live in San Antonio Bassey Road. So I'm always over here. So if
So-
there was a way
If we
for
can,
the children to also ride with her to go into town.
if we can do this, Tony, before we leave tonight, will you raise your hand, Tony? Ma'am, if you don't mind getting your information to Tony, we will make sure Via Trans follows up and see what we can do to help out.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to make one clarification that in our northeast area, Via Trans still exists
That's right.
because we did have service there before. But, yes, we definitely, and I very much also appreciate that feedback as we are working on the operational plan so that we can make sure to cover, anything that could come up. I mean, that was part of the, I think part of the reasoning for coming out tonight is to hear from you all. So, we will definitely get back to you and we will make sure that those concerns are covered.
I want to tag on to the Via Trans conversation. So Via Trans is not provided service out here. So this is new. Now that we are in the system, then as I understand it, as long as a Via Trans route starts within the system, within, let's say, San Antonio, that they would bring them to their home. Is that correct?
See if I can, read this correctly. We have, what we call, it's service, for any fixed route, we provide a, Via Trans service, if there's a fixed route there. And that's because that fixed route can't deviate from, its route, it's fixed. And so since the service is very different versus what we're proposing here, we can deviate from those fixed routes. And so that's why we wouldn't, put Via Trans service in conjunction. Via Trans service is a type of mobility on demand service, actually.
Right.
So it really is. And so this is kind of a mix of the two, I guess.
So I think maybe you were also asking if you started within like the city of San Antonio, then you would take Via Trans to Brooks, correct? And then take them.
And then,
Correct.
Yes.
that's, yes, sorry, that was a
I'm
question.
sorry.
No, that's
I didn't-
fine.
I didn't understand. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, because to my knowledge, I think what we determined that over time, we've had some residents who have used that service, not originating from Sandy Oaks, but coming to Sandy Oaks.
Correct.
So,
Well,
yeah.
they've used the service, from what we've seen, within the Viatrans service area.
and maybe not coming out here.
Right, maybe not coming directly out to Sandy Oaks. What we're proposing with this service would be, as Marty and Kimmy mentioned, Brooks is gonna be that hub to
Got it.
transfer into and out of the rest of the service area. So you will be able to have that reservation for a van or vehicle to pick you up at Brooks and bring you back to your destination in Sandy Oaks.
Okay. So how does that work on the return? So let's say that I go into town and I go to a movie and go out to dinner and I'm ready to come home. Do I have to call and make a reservation? Or do I go to the Brooks Center and there are,
You would need to call and make that
still need to make the
reservation.
reservation?
Again, the best way to think of it is just like you would do with Uber or Lyft with those type of on-demand services. Yeah, we're saying it's within 60 minutes the vehicle will be there. Hopefully our performance shows us that we beat that.
Right.
But none of us are in a position tonight to commit that you'll have service within 5 minutes of requesting it. But we want to gain as much efficiency as we can.
Okay.
And really be able to grow the ridership and the usage of VIA in Sandy Oaks.
Perfect.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Listening to your presentation, I have to admit that
You didn't go into dinner.
feelings on this whole thing have been modified somewhat, and I'm glad I came.
And you want that 25-cent ride? Only somewhat.
Yeah, I can, retired military, I can go all the way to the medical center.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate that. And I hope you're seeing our sincerity as well, right? We definitely are trying to figure out that right recipe out here so we can all move forward together.
Yeah, I'll go back on my way.
Then, yes, sir, and then we'll come over to the ladies. Yes, sir.
I was wondering,
Same as any other fair, it's the same, right, plus I don't know, but
advise the
$1.50,
community
and it's for early return, you don't pay for a turn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have our commitment that we will be out before the service launches to let you know about it, let you know how it's shaping up. And hopefully we'll see all of you on that first day of service taking rides with us, because we would love to take part in that for the community.
Big ribbon cutting, how about that?
Spring starts 1 February here, right?
Nice try, David.
We are working very diligently on this, I can assure
Go
you.
from fall to summer.
Bring forward fall back.
It's a question on the Facebook live stream. Someone's asking if you might offer in the future taking people to doctor's appointments in San Antonio.
At this time, the service plan really is from any point in Sandy Oaks to Brooks. And then from Brooks, you're able to access the rest of the system, but
And I'll answer, we do that every day, with our mainline system. We take folks to their appointments every day. So we get you into our main system, then the answer is absolutely, you should plan on taking it to your appointments.
My question is on this one, that calling in advance, that's fine. What if you get kind of tied up and it's now like 5:30 or 6? I mean, is somebody gonna be there? I call in, I'm running late, can you still pick me up at, Brooks? I mean, is the last bus down at 6:30? Or is it the last bus that's gonna be here at 6:30?
Guarantee ride home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, because we're breaking ground here with some of these ideas. We mentioned Vanpool earlier, so Vanpool is a program that we were talking about earlier. So Vanpool experiences that scenario in a different way, where maybe not everybody that's on that Vanpool leaves the office at the same time. One person has to stay behind to finish their work or whatever the case might be. We offer a guaranteed ride home program that is then taken care of by Yellow Cat. And there might be an option that we could look at, something similar, that we have a program like that as well. But that's why this kind of feedback is important.
Yeah, I
I was just thinking more of, I keep thinking of, as patterns develop, you start seeing what people's behaviors are. And so you just try to anticipate what those behaviors are. If you're seeing that people are always, at the end of the day, everybody's grouping up at 5:30, then we'll try to get more cars out there, or vehicles out there to service that. I think that's the idea. You monitor and you see what the activity is, and then you adjust.
Yes, ma'am.
So 2 questions, did you say 6:30 to 6:30?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the window?
The 12-hour window.
Okay, so the other one is, and again, this is sort of a little out of there, but I do via, like, for park and ride, for games, for fiesta, for things like that. Those don't ever end at 5:36, would there, and I guess the only way I ask is how will we make these comments or suggestions or ask for things? It would be on the website? It
So-
would be a way to do that, or how do we say, this is happening?
Absolutely. So we've got a number of ways. You can email us. Email address is up on the screen. Call us. We've got, I believe, comment forms here tonight. We have our customer concern line, our go line, 362-2020. So there's always the availability to leave comments like that as well, and those get processed through, provided to service planning. So when we look at service modifications,
Put a fan out here and
we've got that public input as well.
somebody stays here.
How much in advance we would have to email you so that we could make sure that you will have a way back here?
So the booking of the trip is.
For a special event.
For a special event, we need to actually go back and discuss that. We need to go back and discuss that, to be very honest.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Will the ability to make a reservation be 24/7, or is it just the the hours that the program is?
If it's app driven, you should be able to go in anytime.
On the app, yes. Online, yes, but on the phone, I
The
don't.
app is 24/7.
Right.
On the app, you'll be
A
able
lot of
to,
people don't.
Yeah.
that's what I was asking about.
Let us verify that. Yeah, let us verify that. That's a great question, and unfortunately, we don't have that definitive answer right now, but we will get that back to you.
But the phone dispatches during the hours that it's operating. So if phone-wise, yeah, you should be able to call during the operations, but we believe the app is available. But to your point, not everybody may have the ability to get to an app.
Is there a possibility that VIA may be hiring drivers, and would those be opportunities perhaps some of our residents might be able to take advantage of?
Always hiring, absolutely.
Yes.
Always hiring. We're looking for good folks.
And how would they would they use the same email address to reach you, or how do they go
They
about
can
doing
go
that?
to viainfo.net,
Mhm.
viainfo.net, click on employment, and fill out the application right online.
Perfect.
And if they need to come in and talk to someone, our human resources information is on there as well. So I know they do take walk-in applications as well at 1021 San Pedro Avenue.
Thank you.
And they don't just need drivers.
We need drivers, mechanics, maintenance for the facilities, the vehicles. VIA runs a 24/7 operation, and so we are always looking for great employees to come join us.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand there will be kinks to work out. And do you have some type of plan to notify us what you're doing to correct these kinks or to help us understand? Because I don't really care for negative publicity. We
Neither
all
do
want
we.
the system. So do you have a plan how to let us know, hey, this is what we're going to do for this type of situation? Because I also understand that it has to be brought up to your attention, which means that's on our side. So if someone tells you, okay, this is what happened, I'm not happy, so are you going to address that to us?
We hopefully are gonna know sooner than later if there's a kink. As a matter of fact, we have the ability to immediately gain your feedback right away. You can rate how your ride was, just as you do with some of the other rideshare companies. So if there's problems with the operator, there's problems with the fare, there might be. We have a mechanism into place that will give us that immediate feedback. That said, what we have to do is to make sure that we're communicating and establishing this communication route and relationship, and to keep it going, because we're going down this path together. And we will see more of that, not less of it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you get in the morning, what, would it be a 24-hour thing, or there's a closing time to get here?
So the service would run from 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Uh-huh.
So it would be within those 12 hours.
Monday through Friday.
Downtown, that's it.
Well, no, that's what we were talking about, looking at how we could use our guaranteed ride home program. And again, we'll make sure we address that when we come back out to say, here's more specifics about this program.
Okay,
And our main system isn't 24 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one more question. Gosh, I already forgot it.
Not a problem.
I do that.
When it comes back, just let us know. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna echo a little bit of what Mr. Clements was saying when he first spoke, and I myself have met with several individuals at VIA, along with the mayor, going back to 2014, and it seems every time that we would meet, we'd meet with different people. So first I would ask, what's your tenure? How long have you all been there? And can we look forward to, in the future, dealing with you same people? And a step further, is it possible that you can provide a Sandy Oaks representative who will be our go-to person?
We have.
Oh, I'm pointing over here.
Please come forward,
Yes.
please.
So,
And so-
and unless you know something that we don't know about our tenure, I think we all plan to be here for a long, long time.
As long as you push for them to keep me, I'll be here.
But you can understand the frustration is every time we would speak to someone, it's someone different, so we would have to, it's like we're starting over from scratch.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, I didn't know anything about that, I wasn't privy to that information or whatever, but,
And during my introductory comments, so I've been with VIA 2 years. In fact, I just celebrated my second anniversary with VIA last week. Cammie, you've been there
7 months.
7 months,
welcome.
2 years,
4 years.
4 years. So at least at this table, kind of a fresh group, right? And of course, we can't say what has happened in the past because we weren't here. But when I open this up, what wasn't available in the past, it's available now, is this technology. And the availability of this technology that allows us to dispatch in a very efficient way with very smart algorithms and you name it, that keeps the efficiency a level that provides that level of assurity that we're not just sending empty vehicles out into an area and having them come back empty.
Right.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
Understand.
That technology is so fastly evolving that I don't believe it was available 5 years ago to efficiently have done this. Now that it is available and it's even getting better as we move forward, that's where we get to see ourselves as a snapshot here, that now we can take that and leverage that type of technology and bring it forward for the community.
It's another online question. Someone's asking, in case of an emergency or there's accidents with the ride share, and the ride share is running late, does the app send an alert to those who have scheduled rides so that they know they didn't miss the ride, that it's just been delayed?
So when you book currently with in the Northeast area, and again, that's our reference point for the same type of service, it does give you updates continually on where your vehicle is and when it's expected to be at your location or at your pickup point. But we'll look into more details about if it provides those type of notices of service impacts. Yes, we're in the back of the
Do these vehicles have Wi-Fi capability?
Our bus system and our ViaTrans system does. We'll need to look and see about this one. I'm not certain at the moment.
I'm just gonna give you a compliment. I do like your new buses, because I used to ride on the 509, pop, 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 and the road was not necessarily pop, pop, pop. So, I mean, it's riding smooth.
we've, and they're greener on the inside as well because we're using compressed natural gas to power those vehicles.
Yeah, I remember, is this set to go, or is there some other process you have to do? Is this, it's already set on contract, it's gonna happen, or?
So
What's
this,
the process, is what I'm saying?
yes, so this type of service will happen. We still have some contractual issues we need to work through to determine again that best, is it via directly operated, is it contracted out? So that's why at this point, we're saying the spring of 2020, this service will launch. We still need a little bit of time to iron out those details before we can nail down on this date, this service will launch.
Well, I'm looking forward to it if it goes by.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, it's sort of at the minimum, that technology, that app is what we would definitely contract out, and then so we're working on everything else.
Are there any other questions? Okay.
Well, thank y'all very much.
Well, I would like, before everybody dismisses, I do want to thank VIA for, I want to thank VIA for coming out and doing this, and I'd also like to acknowledge the tremendous effort that y'all put into turning this around in a very short time frame. So, as I've stated before, the goal has always been to bring service. And for that, I'm thankful that we're getting to that point.
Thank you. Thank you. I would say.
Hi,
I'm Gloria Padilla with San Antonio Express News.
I'm David Tremblay. How are you?
Pretty good. So, are you council member?
I am until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. That's what I heard. You said, how long have you been on council?
Finish.